Tonight in Morgantown, West Virginia, we've got a Big 12 Women's Super Soccer Showdown as we bring you Nikki Izzo Brown and the 17th ranked West Virginia Mountaineers against Tom Stone and the 15th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. Two top 20 teams take the center stage Big 12 style. Next on NSCAA TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dick Dalesk Soccer Stadium for tonight's matchup between West Virginia and Texas Tech. I'm your host, Billy Hartman, and thanks for joining us. Since joining the Big 12 2 years ago, West Virginia has been absolutely dominant, taking the title the past 2 seasons. And hey, they've been pretty good on their home turf as well, not having lost a conference home match since October the 2nd, 2009, falling to Notre Dame 3-2. But tough task at hand tonight for the Mountaineers as the Red Raiders of Texas Tech roll into town. They'll be looking for their first Big 12 W of the season, and boy, they would love that first win tonight. Tom Stone's squad beat the Mountaineers last year in Lubbock 2-0, handing West Virginia their first Big 12 loss of the season. And tonight features a great marquee match between two of the best players in the Big 12. So for more on that, what do you say we toss it on over to the voice of the NSCAA, Mr. Dean Linke himself, and Allie Dostman. Guys?
Thank you so much, Billy Hartman. Delighted to have you here in Morgantown, and I'm delighted to be with Allie Dostman for a Big 12 matchup. And Billy said it best, a big-time battle between Texas Tech's Janine Beckie and West Virginia's Kadisha Buchanan. We'll start with Kadisha. She is an absolute beast.
That's right. She's only a sophomore, but she is the real deal. A starter for the full Canadian national team that will host this summer's World Cup. She was Big 12 Defender of the Year last year. She's strong, fast, explosive, smart, the complete package, and one of the best defenders you will see in the college game. I can't wait to see her in action tonight.
Well, she will have her hands full because Janine Beckie can flat out put the ball in the back of the net.
That's right. Beckie, she has been amazing for Texas Tech. 2-time All-Big 12. She's definitely going to repeat this year. She actually played for Canada in the U20 World Cup and was fantastic. She's elusive. She's skillful. She can score. The matchup between Beckie and Buchanan will be one of the best 1v1 matchups you will see this year in the women's club soccer scene. I can't wait, Dean. It's going to be a great one.
Allie, we have two fantastic coaches. They're also big personalities, and Billy Hartman is standing by with West Virginia's Nikki Izzo Brown.
Thanks, Dean. Coach, huge Big 12 game tonight. How do you plan on walking away with this win?
You know, these ladies have been working hard. We just have to focus on what we need to do tonight, keep that ball, get dangerous, and get a shutout.
And how about that tremendous fan support from this community?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable in all my years here. We have the best fans, and I can't thank Mountaineer Nation enough for coming out and supporting this women's soccer team.
Well, thanks so much, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Now I'll toss on over to Kelsey Steele, who's standing by with Texas Tech head coach Tom Stone. Kelsey?
Thanks, Billy. Tom, another top 20 team tonight. What do you need to get this Big 12 win on the road?
Well, it's not going to be easy. Obviously, West Virginia, one of the top teams in the conference and in the country, and you know both teams like the ball at their feet. There's going to be some shared possession tonight. I think, obviously, the game we won and lost in both 18s, but for us to be really good, I think we have to keep the ball and be able to weather the storm against their potent offense. They've got a lot of forwards and attacking mids they can throw at you. And then we've got to be really assertive in the final third. I think we've been getting a goal a lot lately, but have not been putting our chances away. If that changes tonight, it certainly tips it in our favor.
You know, Beckie Buchanan, a lot of buzz on this matchup right here. What are your thoughts?
That is a good matchup. I don't think they're going to be chasing each other all over the field, but there'll be plenty of times when the two Canadian teammates are going to be lined up one against one, and I think it's a great matchup. They're both super fast, both skillful, and they know each other pretty well, so it should be an interesting one.
Tom, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Let's throw it back up to my old broadcast partner, Dean Linke.
Hey, Tom, delighted to have you here as this portion of the game brought to you by Continental Tire. Proud to be the presenting sponsor of the NSCAA College Soccer Special. Dean Linke along with Allie Dostman. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the home team, all in yellow. The West Virginia Mountaineers, led by Nikki Izzo Brown, doing a fantastic job here as Billy Hartman set the table as well, telling you all about the West Virginia Mountaineers. As they get set here on the field, they're all in yellow, and of course you see right there West Virginia.
Keep an eye on Amanda Hill tonight. She was all Big 12 last year, and Izzo Brown called her quarterback. She really keeps the organization for that midfield offensively and defensively.
She'll wear number 27. Meanwhile, the starting lineup for the number 15 Texas Tech Red Raiders.
And there's number 8, Allie Murphy. She's a junior, but she was leading the nation in assists earlier this year. She already has 10 assists. She's clearly a really good passer and prolific in that offense.
All right, delighted. You take a look at that unique formation as well. It is a box in the middle, basically a 4-2-2-2 unique lineup for Texas Tech as we get you set. And it is raining here, so standing out in the rain, of course, is Billy Hartman and Kelsey Steele. We've got the best seat in the house here, Allie Dostman, as we get you set. Texas Tech in all black, West Virginia in all yellow, and we are thrilled to be in Big 12 country here. Mountaineer Nation braving the elements. It seems like we experience quite a bit of rain here when we come into Morgantown, but we love it nonetheless. This one will roll out of bounds. Texas Tech will take it quickly. Tom Stone is all suited up in his rain gear right in front of us. You'll hear a lot from Tom Stone as well as Nikki Izzo Brown. And this one popped in the middle. Played into space and played up top as they try to find the feed of number 11, Amanda Pierre-Louis. She played with the Canada U20 team as well as Janine Becky, and of course we talked about Kadisha Buchanan, all three of them playing for Canada in the U20s. They were knocked out in the quarterfinals by Germany. Of course, Germany went on to win the U20 World Cup. And here's the deal. Last year, West Virginia only lost one regular season game. You heard Billy Hartman talk about it, and it was to this Texas Tech team.
Yeah, that's right. But Texas Tech still wasn't able to come away with that Big 12 championship. West Virginia got the victory even with the loss of Texas Tech. Texas Tech had no losses in the Big 12, but the 2 ties gave them less points.
Played into the Canadian, Pierre-Louis, French-Canadian in fact. As we look forward to seeing that matchup between Buchanan and Becky. At the moment, though, Becky is not marked by Buchanan. We'll keep an eye on that. The rain continues to come down here in Morgantown. West Virginia sent into the box and handled by Texas Tech as they build it out of the back. The Red Raiders. One thing about Tom Stone in this formation with the 4-2-2, they like to keep it on the surface. You won't see them go long ball too often, Allie.
And that's a good idea today. In this rain, those balls could really get out of hand. Keeping it on the ground will be safe.
Let's see what Texas Tech can do. They spread the field perfectly. You can hear Tom Stone screaming as it's played over here to Paige Strahan. Back across, and a pretty good cross, in fact. Looking to find the head of Becky. Becky will run it down near the corner flag. She plays it back in, looking to find Devine. Devine on the turn. Marked up there far side. It'll go off West Virginia. Throw in Texas Tech. All right, take a look at the man running the middle here today and also dealing with the elements. Luis Guardia, your center referee here today. And it'll go out of bounds and back to West Virginia. Of course, Allie, in these elements, it definitely changes the flow of the game for sure.
Absolutely. You're going to have a lot more balls going out of bounds because people just aren't going to be able to take care of it as much as they want to.
The Mountaineers in all yellow. Nobody home. It'll go out of bounds back to Texas Tech. West Virginia comes in as the number 17 team in the NSCAA rankings. Texas Tech comes in at number 15. West Virginia has not lost a game since August 29th when they lost to Duke. Texas Tech putting some pressure on. And you can hear Tom Stone asking for them to get into it right at the top of the 18. Turn, shot, goal! And Texas Tech did get into it. They lead it 1-0. I believe on the turn was Megan McCullough, number 14. We'll take a look at the replay to make sure. You could hear Tom Stone saying, get into it, and they did. They pounced on it on the top of the 18.
That's right, and McCullough, that's a really big part of Tom Stone's offense. There you see them coming down the sideline, and they're going to get it. A little bit of a crowd there in the middle. Looks like West Virginia couldn't really figure out how to get it cleared. And there is McCullough, looks like being able to finish that one off. Tom Stone was telling us he really likes to get his backs involved, and that was right. Megan McCullough is a right back there with that goal.
So Texas Tech pushing forward, getting the goal from McCullough. And this played all the way back to the Texas Tech goalkeeper. Texas Tech on top 1-0. It's happened so fast that even on the scoreboard here at West Virginia, they have not put the score up yet. Now they have Texas Tech with a won by the guest on the scoreboard here at Dick DeLess Soccer Stadium. Pretty good crowd despite a very cold, rainy evening here in Morgantown. Allie, you played. You could feed off the energy of Tom Stone. You could hear him say, get into it, and that's exactly what the Red Raiders did.
Absolutely. We can hear them up here in the booth yelling from the sideline. There's no doubt that their players can hear that and feel that energy. On top of the momentum from getting a goal so early off, there's no doubt Texas Tech's feeling good right now.
See how West Virginia can respond. Just got done telling you that West Virginia has not lost a game since August 29th. Actually started the season, tough schedule at Penn State. And here come the Mountaineers. They'll try to equalize. Deflected by Texas Tech and handled by the Red Raiders.
And it's not a bad idea to take shots like that in this weather, Dean. The goalie can really mishandle them, and you can just be there for the rebound.
That's a great point, Allie. Slick conditions. You want to definitely hammer as many you can inside the 18. We'll probably see more of that. Here comes Texas Tech down the right side. Played here to McCullough. We believe she's the goal scorer here in this one. It's 1-0 Red Raiders. Hinkle gets it out wide left. Becky. Here's Becky on it. Dropped. Another shot from Texas Tech. Goal kick for the Mountaineers. Snapped in the middle there. Brilliant header by West Virginia. That's Carey Price. Played up top. So they try to find the feet of Kate Schwindel. What an amazing career Schwindel has had at West Virginia. Far side will go out of bounds to West Virginia. Played up top for the Mountaineers. Utley will drop it back here now to Badillion. Badillion with the shot with the left foot. Oh my! And tied at one from distance in the rain. And West Virginia has tied it. Maggie Badillion with a rocket shot from distance. With her third goal of the season. Now let's take another look at number 31, dialing this one up.
And she had that ball. No one was even stepping up to her, but you can tell why she is a left back. That left foot really curved the ball in. Perfect shot from that range, and it is 1-1.
Well, you can feel the emotion. You can see it on their faces as well. These two teams know what's at stake here as we're midway through the Big 12 season. Played up top to Schwindel, a super talent. Feel like she's been here in Morgantown forever, and we are tied at one just like that. That was a wonderful strike by Badillion.
That shot was perfect. It couldn't have been any better.
Dean Linke in the booth with Allie Dostman. Our host is Billy Hartman. Kelsey Steele also with us. Delighted to be with you here on NSCAA TV, and we are off to a rockin' start, as Billy Hartman called it a super soccer showcase, Big 12 style, and indeed, those words could not have been any better, Allie. Texas Tech. Inman. And another shot from distance. You said it best, Allie. I think we're going to see a lot of that because of the conditions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 2 goals early. I mean, it's surprising for these two teams, but given the condition, it's not as surprising. And you can hear Tom Stone, he's back to yelling now that that goal went in the back of the net.
The squads met twice since 2012, with each earning a win in its home venue for a 1-1 all-time record. West Virginia earned a 3-2 win over Texas Tech in 2012, its first Big 12 conference match. And the Red Raiders avenged that loss with a 2-0 win a year ago, end of October. WVU's only loss in Big 12 regular season play. Here come the Mountaineers. Just confirming Texas Tech's goal was Hannah Devine, number 9. Actually, the assist was Paige Strahan. It was hard to get a complete look at it here in the rain. So the goal goes to Hannah Devine, as Hannah Devine now with her 6th goal of the campaign. Rainy, cold Friday night here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Texas Tech keeping it on the ground. High pressure coming from West Virginia. You see Pierre Luis put a little pressure. Mountaineers playing it out of the back, tied at 1. Down the left side. Mountaineers putting some more pressure on. It's Utley. It'll be knocked out of bounds, and they'll come back to Texas Tech, as we're pleased to be joined by one of the all-time greats here at West Virginia, Frances Silva. She was the 2013 Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year and led the Mountaineers to 2 Big 12 titles, and was the second round and also to the second round of the NCAA Championship last year. She was an NSCAA second-team All-America and the 2013 COSIDA Capital One Academic All-America of the Year, drafted in the 3rd round by FC Kansas City, where she won an NWSL title. And Frances, I loved calling your games. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me on here.
Oh, delighted to see you. First of all, how much fun was it at Kansas City?
It was great. Not only being from Kansas City and being able to win a championship in my hometown, but how lucky can you be being a rookie and winning a championship in your first year? It was just great.
Well, we love having you because, you know, the NSCAA is based in Kansas City. They always keep an eye on you, by the way, so they're real proud of you, Frances.
Thank you.
Obviously, your WVU teammate, Sarah Keene, got picked up by the Blues in March. Was it nice to have a college teammate join you in Kansas City?
Yeah, it was great. I knew a lot of the rookies coming in because so many Kansas City girls got drafted by the team. But having Sarah was just a huge bonus, having spent the last 4 years with her. So we had a lot of fun being able to share that experience as well. Here with Frances Silva, one of the all-time great Mountaineers, Texas Tech on the attack.
We already have a goal from Texas Tech and one from West Virginia. Could be another one for the Red Raiders. Back across, and I'm not quite sure how that one didn't go in, as Devine was looking for her second of the game. I'll tell you, before we ask you the next question, you saw both goals, both pretty good goals, Francis.
Yeah, very good. Texas Tech was able to get off early and, capitalize off of Mountaineer mistakes in the box, and then Maggie with just a great left-footed shot. I can tell you she's been working on that, so I'm happy for her.
Yeah, she absolutely smoked it. What was it like to play alongside three national team members, Lauren Holiday, A-Rod, Amy Rodriguez, and Becky Sauerbrunn in Kansas City?
They are great. Not even, just as players, but as teammates, they're fantastic, and it was such a great experience to be able to learn from them every day. It's not everyone, not every day you can say you can go against three Olympians every day at practice. So it was just a lot of fun for me and really helped me learn and grow as a player.
Francis Silva, the 2013 Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, won 6 conference titles in your 4 years at WVU. That's right, 6 titles as Texas Tech trying to make it 2-1. It'll bounce out of bounds. What does that say about the program Coach Nikki Izzo-Brown has built? 6 titles in 4 years.
She's done an amazing job, and it didn't start with my class or anything. They've been doing a great job since she got here and started the program. So I know that success is going to continue long after I'm gone, long after even these players here are gone. She just has that winning formula, I guess, and she's able to win in every conference, whether it's Big East or Big 12. So I think she's just done a really good job in knowing her team and knowing the players that she has and adjusting year to year.
Francis, how do you think West Virginia handled the transition to the Big 12 Conference? Were you expecting to succeed so quickly?
We had just come off of a couple of good years in the Big East, winning 2 conferences in there, 2 conference titles in there. So we did expect to have some success, but you also don't know what you're coming into in the Big 12 since it's a new conference, new for us. But I think that we kind of caught teams by surprise, even though we were picked to finish second that first year. And then last year it was just about continuing the success we had in the first year.
Yeah, winning the Big 12 regular season and tournament titles. Now, what have you seen from this year's squad that you like, Francis?
They're very good. They have a lot of returning players. You mentioned Sarah, and then I'm pretty much the only 2 players they lost last year. So they have a lot of starters returning, so that's really good for them. And I've been able to see the growth in players like Kadisha Buchanan, and then even Schwindel coming into that leadership role now as a senior. And I think they're doing a really good job with this team, continuing all the success that I had last year and then continuing it onto the field this year.
Boy, I remember a few years ago being here, and I think it was raining as well, but the combination of Silva and Schwindel was so effective back then. You got to be proud of Kate back out there again.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting hard for her. She's had a crazy year, but I think that she's going to do really well, and she has been doing really well this year, and I'm really excited for her to just break out and have an amazing game. Kind of hoping it's tonight.
Finally, Francis says, we've enjoyed having you here in the booth. Let's see what West Virginia could do. What a treat it would be to get a goal with the great Francis Silva, who scored a ton of goals in her time here in Morgantown. Sent into the 18, mishit just a little bit. You know what? I know you're new to the Big 12, but you can feel the intensity here between Texas Tech and West Virginia. 2 big personalities, Tom Stone, Nikki Izzo-Brown. Tell me the truth, this game brings a little more out of you, right?
Yeah, this is definitely a rivalry game, I guess, if you want to call it that, in the Big 12. We had a great game here 2 years ago, that 3-2 win you were talking about. And then last year, they took a win from us at their place. So this is a big one for us. We really want to get this one back, and I know that the girls have been excited all week about it, and I'm sure Texas Tech has been excited, hopefully looking to turn around their season a little bit since they've struggled. But both teams are definitely ready to go, and I think we're seeing that.
All right, the NSCAA has just moved downtown Kansas City, beautiful offices. We'd love to have you come over and spend some time with us. Would you do that for us?
I'm down, completely down. It's pretty close to home, so I have no problem with that.
All right, Francis Silva, I'll tell you, a real treat. You were a great player. Enjoyed calling your games. Congratulations on the NWSL title, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well done. Francis Silva, she's as good in the broadcast booth as she is on the field. And let me tell you, folks, she is spectacular on the field. Getting it done as well for the Kansas City team. A lot of fun hanging out with her. Talented player, and just to tell you what, Nikki Izzo-Brown continues to produce those kind of players.
She clearly is, with their team just back-to-back Big 12 championships, and in their last year, in their last conference, they had a conference championship that year too. So they just love bringing home those championships.
And Francis Silva, you're right, Allie, was a key part of that. Little bit of push. Tom Stone throws his hat down. He wanted a penalty.
Ref's trying to calm him down a little bit there on the sidelines. I don't know if that can be done at this moment.
And you can hear Tom giving his opinion of the non-call. He went with the word disgraceful. Texas Tech has had a good part of the play here in the last 5 minutes, but that can change in a heartbeat. Back across. Again, headed around, finally snapped out of there by Buchanan. And you can hear Tom Stone asking his team to fight for it. Here comes West Virginia, so good on the counterattack. They can strike in a heartbeat, trying to drop it into space to the Canadian. And a little bit too long, but not a bad idea for West Virginia's Kaylee Utley. West Virginia trying to find Schwindel. If you're just tuning in, to clarify, we thought McCullough actually was the goal scorer, but we believe we had that wrong. Hannah Devine with the first goal, but it was answered by a beauty, a bomb from Maggie Badillion, and that's where we stand, tied at 1. Foul on Schwindel. Hey, so we can go down to tell Kelsey to be ready. Okay. If the goalkeeper gets this, tell Kelsey to be ready. If somebody can tell her. Please get back here. He's go. Kelsey, be ready if the keeper stops the ball. Badillion with the free kick. Her goal was not too far from this distance, maybe 8 yards, a little bit closer. I don't think she's going to shoot this time. Here comes Badillion. Top of the 18. Buchanan on the turn, trying to shove through people. Kept alive. How did she keep it alive? Could be 2-1, far side, and a goal for West Virginia. Kept alive. Ashley Lawrence with the goal.
Buchanan really fought to keep that one alive, and Ashley Lawrence was just in the prime position to finish it off.
Lawrence with her 4th goal of the season. It looked like Buchanan may have fouled. Let's take a look at here, Allie.
Yeah, she definitely looked like she was fighting around for it. Looks like Billy was in prime position to block from her foul being shown, but there Ashley Lawrence was to finish it off from that side of the goal box.
Buchanan definitely didn't foul winning the last ball, but I thought maybe before that a little bit of shove. And West Virginia coming from behind to now take a 2-1 lead here in Morgantown. And West Virginia looking for more. You knew that was coming. It doesn't matter what team is holding the possession. Both these teams can strike in front of the goal, and we're seeing that now. West Virginia looking for more. Back across, far post. Snapped out of there by Texas Tech, and let's see if the Red Raiders can counter now. Inman is on it. She plays it up top. Trapped neatly. We have not said Becky's name a whole lot. Becky now in a foot race. Let's see if Becky can get to it. Amazing speed for Becky. Trying to spin, trying to turn around Black. And a foul on Becky. Rain continues to pour down here in Morgantown, West Virginia, with Billy Hartman and Kelsey Steele standing by on the sideline. In just a moment, we'll go down to Kelsey Steele when we can to talk a little bit about Tom Stone and Nikki Izzo Brown. The Red Raiders, Inman in the middle. They will not sit back. And Tom demanding more from his team.
It really seems like West Virginia's been all over the field. When they were up on offense, they had so many players up in the box on their crosses, and then they were already back on that counterattack against Becky.
Well, This one will roll out of bounds. Let's go down to Kelsey Steele on the sideline and in the rain. What do you got, Kelsey?
Yeah, thanks, Dean. Before the game, I actually had the chance to talk with Tom Stone on the addition of Nikki Izzo-Brown to the Big 12. You know, despite some controversy surrounding the addition, Tom credits Nikki for raising the bar in the conference. He expressed as, you know, competitors, you want to beat WVU, but you really appreciate them because class. All in all, Tom sees the Mountaineer squad as a great addition to the competitive Big 12 conference. Dean, let's hear what you got.
All right, great, Kelsey. Delighted to have you on the sideline along with our host, Billy Hartman. Allie Dostman up here in the booth as well. Same crew will be in Athens, Ohio on Sunday for the Bobcats and Miami right here on NSCA TV, 1 o'clock. Schwindel trying to make it 3-1. And as we know, Allie, the player's not the only people that got to survive the conditions. The referee, the camera crew, and of course, our very own Kelsey and Billy.
That's very true. They were pretty jealous that we got to be up here in the press box out of the elements like everybody else.
We have the best seat in the house, no doubt, but well done, Kels. Played back here now, middle of the park. Inman will win it for Texas Tech. An entertaining match so far. The Red Raiders actually jumped out to their best start in program history, putting together a 9-0 record and climbing all the way to number 6 in the national rankings before losing 1-0 in overtime at Texas on a controversial goal on September 26th. Since then, the Red Raiders have gone 1-1-1, including a 1-0 double overtime loss to Oklahoma and a 1-1 draw against Oklahoma State on October 5th.
Yeah, you know, they suffered some injuries in the game against Tulsa. They had a couple lower leg injuries that kept 2 of their starters out for the rest of the year. So since then, they've just been trying to recover and find a new rhythm.
Red Raiders trying to get it into the box. Snapped out of there by Buchanan. It was Buchanan who actually was able to find Lawrence, and now Lawrence plays it up top to Pierre Louis. Pierre Louis wide open, calling for it was Utley. Now they'll get it to Utley. She wanted it a lot sooner. Coming forward now is Lawrence wearing number 9. She calls for it. Utley trying to go around Inman, and she does. One more player to beat now. Played inside. Lawrence has the second goal. It would be the game winner, but trust me, folks, we got a lot more goals coming, so stick with us right here on NSCAA TV as it is a corner kick, West Virginia. Conditions not pleasant.
Yeah, you should definitely keep an eye out on the back of the back corner of the post on this one in case this ball skates through because of the conditions.
Corner kick as we peer out of the press box. Driven across, great ball. Trying to find the head of Buchanan. And because of the rain, it'll hold up for Lawrence. Lawrence will drop it back here to Hill. Hill, she could shoot, she does. And knocked out of there by Texas Tech. Hill will have another chance. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence heads to the end line. Can she cross one or will it go out of bounds? Another corner kick, this time far side, West Virginia.
Definitely not a bad idea to settle with the corner kick in that situation. She didn't really have a good angle to get across on, and they can definitely get some momentum off corner.
Kelsey Maloney will check in now for the Canadian. They call Morgantown the pipeline to Canada as Nikki Izzo-Brown has done an amazing job over the years finding some of the elite players for Canada. And I think you can give West Virginia a great deal of credit for helping Canada become a power. Oh my goodness, snapped across again. Over the top, the talented Buchanan coming forward, and that right there, folks, is why she is one of the elite players in the country and playing for the full national team of Canada.
That's absolutely right. That had some fire on it, and it hit right outside. Here is the ball coming in, and that's Buchanan finding herself open, but just right over the goal.
Big time effort right there from Buchanan, just over the crossbar. As both teams now going to their bench. Schwindel will come out for West Virginia. Nikki Izzo-Brown not done bringing in players. And this will come all the way back now to Hannah Stedman, the goalkeeper. She's a junior from New Jersey. And she was busy early on. One got by her from Devine, and since then, She's been able to keep Texas Tech at bay, and the Mountaineers have come back to take the lead.
That's right, and got to keep an eye on Stedman when she's giving out those balls from the back. Izzo Brown was telling us the other day about how one of her best qualities is her great distribution and her way to organize the back line.
Amanda Hill makes a long run. She'll drop it here now to Price. Price plays it long, trying to find Utley, and just a little bit of a skip here on the surface. Now trying to come into the game for West Virginia. Leah Emas will come in, Emas rather. She'll come into the game. And then for Texas Tech, number 22, Rebecca O'Brien. We knew we would see her. She is a freshman from Spring, Texas. Was actually homeschooled, and she's now into the game for Tom Stone and the Red Raiders. We went into Lubbock, Texas a couple years ago as part of the NSCAA Game of the Week on Fox Soccer, and when we asked Tom Stone in the conference call this week what's been his best memory at Texas Tech, he actually pinpointed that game and how it really sort of skyrocketed Texas Tech up the Big 12 standings as well, and this program really has not looked back. It's been a dominant program for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive that that was one of his best memories, because it was also coupled with, he said, playing at Duke and winning a national championship was one of his best memories. So you're in some good company up there.
Yeah, he won the first ever national championship for Duke in any sport, even before the basketball team was reeling off victories. Tom Stone, along with John Kerr, Tommy Kane, Mark Dodd, big-time collection of players, won the national championship in 1986 at Duke. Under Coach John Rennie, this one will go too high and over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for the Mountaineers on top 2-1. First ball won by Texas Tech, second ball by Becky, and you wonder if Becky's going to start getting frustrated. She comes in with all the hype, the 9 goals. She has been scoring goals like crazy, has scored a goal in the last 3 games for Texas Tech, including that win over Riverside where she got a couple. Actually didn't score any, obviously, against Oklahoma, but did score the 1 goal in the tie against Oklahoma State, but she hasn't touched the ball much here.
No, we really even haven't had to say her name. She hasn't done much, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing her really fighting to make some of those chances like we've seen Buchanan fight for it on the opposite side of the ball.
Red Raiders pushing forward, a goal off of Texas Tech, throw in West Virginia. I want to thank some very special sponsors for the West Virginia Mountaineers. United Bank, we are united with the Mountaineers. And also WVU Healthcare, 2 of the presenting sponsors, allowing us to bring you this NSCAA College Soccer Special right here on NSCAA TV. United Bank and WVU Healthcare. West Virginia, crisp, sharp passes, 1-2 touches, pinged into the 18. Dangerous almost the entire game. Got to give them credit. Texas Tech came right out, punched him in the mouth, and West Virginia came back with 2 goals.
Yeah, and they're still having a lot of offense right here. You know, Tom Stone was telling us earlier today about how they've been frustrated, not been able to get any offensive chances off because other teams have been packing it in the back. But West Virginia, even with the lead, really isn't letting up on offense.
Give credit to Nikki Izzo Brown, now in her 19th season, the only coach in the Mountaineers women's soccer history. She's a 4-time NSCAA Regional Coach of the Year, 4-time Conference Coach of the Year, 2-time Big 12 Conference Coach of the Year, and they've only been in the Big 12 for 2 years. So she also has won 11 conference titles with the Mountaineers and has led West Virginia to 14 straight NCAA appearances. Nikki Izzo Brown, the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers.
You have to wonder where she's keeping all those trophies at this point.
Yeah, well, they might be at the wonderful Dreams Work facility. Billy Hartman will walk us into that fantastic facility where the Mountaineers train at halftime. Stay with us here on NSCAA TV as we take a look at the Dreams Work facility for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Mountaineers have sucked a little bit of wind out of Texas Tech. The Red Raiders, though, remain calm. You can hear Tom Stone trying to encourage Janine Becky to get a little bit more involved. I like it. Carly Black, can she get to it? She can't. That'll allow us to tell you a little bit about the official NSCAA college soccer scoreboard at TopDoorSoccer.com, where you can go for all of your college score needs. Along with the most up-to-date scores, TopDoorSoccer.com provides box scores, match, team, and player stats, video highlights, and game recaps of all the action around the country. There's been plenty of action right here in Morgantown, despite the cold rain. Been raining goals, 3 of them here in the first half. West Virginia. Mountaineers. Their counterattack has been explosive. Let's see what West Virginia. Think about Nikki Izzo Brown's team. They will not sit on a lead. They'll continue to press, Allie.
And they're really bringing back all of Texas Tech's players. Practically every player on Texas Tech is in the box right now trying to defend.
All right, let's go down to Billy Hartman, who's standing in the rain here at Dick DeLess Soccer Stadium. Billy, take it away.
Dean, it is cold, it is rainy, but you would not be able to tell by watching head coach Nikki Izzo Brown. She's animated, but Dean, let it be known, you know, she talked about Mountain Nation really coming to support. It's their fall break, and they're braving this cold right there with us, this cold, this rain, cheering on their Mountaineers. So you got to give a lot of credit to the West Virginia fans. But Dean, Allie, I hope you guys are enjoying the nice warmth up in that press box, and I'll be joining you guys up there at half.
All right, we'll be looking forward to seeing you, Billy. You got some more work to do, though, as you'll be talking to Nikki Izzo Brown here at the end of half. Thanks for being with us, Billy. Doing a great job as the host, along with Kelsey Steele here from Dick DeLess Soccer Stadium. It's the Mountaineers 2 and Texas Tech 1. You could hear in his voice, Sally, how cold and rainy it is out there.
Yep, he definitely sounded like he was joking, but was pretty serious about being jealous.
Bedelia, she had a goal from about this distance before. She could crank it. It was on her right foot, though. She prefers her left, so she'll drop it to Hill. Hill now will spread it out wide. Utley's been busy on that left side. We'll see if Tom Stone makes some adjustments on the work West Virginia has done primarily down this left side.
And you could tell Bedelia had a lot more pressure on her this time around. Texas Tech was not going to give her a shot from right outside that box again.
Buchanan. Minimal pressure there from Texas Tech, is trying to put some pressure on there is Heap. Slipping on the surface, might see more of that. It continues to rain. Utley. Look at Utley, absolutely broke some ankles. Utley is in. Keep that file, folks. That was an Allen Iverson crossover. Maybe better said, and this will date you, Allie, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but a Jerry Lucas move, one of the legendary.
And here on the replay, you can see Utley genuinely breaking ankles on that one, but no one there to finish off the cross.
For those of you searching your basketball guys, of course I was talking about Jerry West, the NBA icon. Actually was built after a big-time player from West Virginia. Played for the Lakers. Badillion is on it. Now the right side, here comes Texas Tech. The Red Raiders in front of the West Virginia bench.
Texas Tech looks like they're losing a little bit of steam up there by the top, not putting as much pressure on.
And a foul from Texas Tech, a little bit of frustration, came out with so much emotion, got that early goal from Hannah Devine, and now a free kick opportunity for Badillion.
It looks like Texas Tech is going to try and make some subs after this free kick.
Texas Tech will indeed go to their bench. As coming into the game, number 23, Maddie Crabtree, along with number 7.
Texas Tech substitution, number 7, Alex Marmoreno.
Alex Marmoreno. So Alex Marmoreno has come into the game as well for Texas Tech.
For number 10, Katie Heath.
Red Raiders trying to get something going. Red Raiders. McCullough will square it. That's Connerty, who has had to come in and play because of some of the injuries that Allie Dostman was talking about. Connerty, number 20, the freshman from Allen, Texas, went to Lovejoy High School. West Virginia will snap it out of there.
And this is actually her first game since being one of those players injured in the Tulsa game because of a concussion.
It'll go out of bounds. Back to Texas Tech. See what the Red Raiders have here in the final 4 minutes. More animation down on the bench. Could almost just put a camera on Tom Stone and go get a cup of coffee here and a hot chocolate. He is pure entertainment. He is passionate. He is fiery. Incredible knowledge. He was assistant coach for Tony DeChico when the U20s won the World Cup in Chile. He is a man that is on every short list as you think about the U.S. Youth National Team program as well, and even the full national team. He is a top quality coach. Nikki Izzo Brown, the same, has also spent time with the U.S. youth teams, built this program into an elite powerhouse. And she is a special leader. Be a throw in. Far side for West Virginia. Working with Nikki Izzo Brown, Lisa Stoya, Marissa Canella. Stoya has been with her now 8th season. She's now the associate head coach, the assistant coach Marissa Canella in her 5th season. Another sub here for Texas Tech, number 13, Stephanie Sorrells coming in from Hearst, Texas.
Substitution number 13, Stephanie Sorrells for number 24, Paige Strahan.
All right, so we figure at some point we'll just go ahead and name every player at Texas Tech on that first goal. Is actually we're now getting confirmation that it was Paige Strahan with the goal. So Strahan with the Texas Tech goal. Here's looked like another West Virginia goal as it went off the crossbar. In the final 2 minutes, the Mountaineers continue to press. How about that last opportunity from West Virginia off the crossbar?
And it looked like they're coming down that right side, got a little tired of just running it down the left. But it's going to hit off that crossbar. It stays in bounds, but they still weren't able to get it back across.
Lauren Watson was definitely beat on that opportunity, though. Here comes Buchanan out of the back. Buchanan.
One minute remaining in the half.
Trying to find Lawrence. And Lawrence got the second goal off the great work inside the box from Buchanan. Michelle Bam is also in there now, wearing number 5, and be a player that West Virginia will try to play it forward to as we count you down to the final 30 seconds here of the first half. See if Texas Tech can get the equalizer here in the final 20 seconds.
6, 5, 4.
Final 5 seconds.
3, 2,
and it's cleared out of there.
0. Your score at the half, West Virginia 2, Texas Tech 1.
That one was skating through. It looked like it might be able to find the back of the net there in those final seconds.
And after 45 minutes of play, it is West Virginia 2, Texas Tech 1. As Nikki Izzo Brown making her way down to Billy Hartman to talk to Billy about the first half. And certainly the wet conditions, you see Tom Stone directing traffic as well. And Billy Hartman is now with Nikki Izzo Brown. Let's go down to Billy.
Thanks so much, Dean. I'm sitting here with Nikki Izzo Brown. Coach, great first half. How do you plan to keep up the consistency?
You know, we just have to take care of the ball. Obviously, it's pretty sloppy out here tonight. But once we move the ball and, you know, really get after it with some intensity, but also some possession, we'll be effective.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Dean?
All right, Billy Hartman doing a great job tracking down Nikki Izzo Brown. Time now to take a look at your Disney Soccer NSCAA Player of the Week here as we roll on NSCAA TV. And Stephanie Verdoya having a big week with a ton of goals. The talented forward from Salt Lake City who plays for Seattle. She is your Disney Soccer NSCAA Player of the Week. And let's take a look now at the NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10. A big day yesterday as UCLA actually trailed Stanford and came back to win it 2-1. Amanda Cromwell won the national championship last year, and they're still number 1, Allie.
Yeah, that's a big victory. Another team that had a big victory yesterday was North Carolina. You were over there. They came on top over Wake Forest, but Virginia Tech, they suffered a tough 2-0 loss to Miami, Florida.
Virginia with 6 goals in their win as well. Becky Burley at number 5, Erica Walsh at number 6. Of course, your top 10 is presented by the good folks from Continental Tire. Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. Learn more at continentaltire.com. It is raining goals here in Morgantown, West Virginia on a wet, cold and damp Friday night, but West Virginia on top of Texas Tech by a score of 2-1, and you're watching it all right here on NSCAA TV.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. No matter where you are in your coaching path, we have something for you. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Welcome back here to Dick DeLusk Soccer Stadium as we are proud to thank the wonderful folks from United Bank, proud sponsor of this game. We are united with the Mountaineers. We thank United Bank, West Virginia's bank, for being an official sponsor of tonight's game between West Virginia and Texas Tech. Of course, the broadcast of this match is authorized by the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description without the express written permission of the NSCAA is strictly prohibited. The West Virginia Mountaineers, one of the top women's soccer programs in the country, and let me tell you folks, they have one of the better practice facilities as well. The Dreamswork practice facility, let's take a look.
What I love about Dreamswork Field is the fact that it's one-stop shopping. Okay, and I know that sounds silly when you're talking about a top-notch, multi-million-dollar soccer-specific facility. But what I love is that it's so user-friendly for the athlete. The field itself, you know, having the lights and the drainage system is just unbelievable for our athletes to train day in and day out. Then you walk into the facility, and there you have our plunging pool, which I call the spa. I think the girls will tell you a little different for recovery and rejuvenation. Then you keep going, you have our players lounge. Again, we can watch film, they can hang out, they can watch, you know, do their homework on our Mac computers. Then we have our locker room. So there's definitely that atmosphere of professionalism, and we're giving them a facility that is top notch. So when they train, everything is there, and for them to feel that obviously very comfortable, but also that we want to set that high standard. So by having a facility with such a high standard, I think it just allows us to kind of just constantly be sending the message.
Now's your chance to be part of the most popular soccer camp in North America. Challenger Sports offers a wide range of programs with over 3,000 British Soccer, Tetra Brazil, and Soccer Plus camps for players of all ages and abilities. Join me and Challenger's talented and committed coaches as we help develop new skills, build confidence, and find the magic in your game.
Summer camps are filling up. Register early at challengersports.com and get your free game jersey today.
I had a coach named Ziggy Schmidt. He got a hold of me at 18 years old. It was great for me because, you know, he was strict on us, he was strong with us, but he was very fair. I have to make time for the things I want to do. I want to get better at my sport. I have to take some time, set time aside and do that. Really taught me about the game in general, the tactics, you know, how to watch a game, how to see a game. A lot of the lessons I learned from Ziggy, I kept with me throughout my whole career. And it was good because, you I always wonder what my path would have been like if I had a different coach.
See what you're made of.
You ever coached under 12s before?
Can't say I have. You're not a team. You don't deserve to be a team.
Sorry, I showed you that.
It's not just about football. It's about dreams.
Welcome back here to Dick DeLusk Soccer Stadium as we continue to thank the fine folks helping present this game here on NSCAA TV. That includes WVU Healthcare, proud to be one of the presenting sponsors for the NSCAA College Soccer Special from Morgantown. We thank WVU Healthcare and United Bank. It's halftime here in Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia, the number 17 team in the country. They have 2 goals. Texas Tech, the number 15 team in the country, they have 1. And we'll come back with more from Morgantown right here on NSCAA TV.
The NSCAA convention to me is probably the best place to get any sort of education of a wide variety that you can go in the world.
Always nice to see who you wander across in the hallways, might have a quick word with.
I think it's exciting to meet youth coaches and high school coaches and even college coaches who are all really passionate about the sport.
It's a learning experience. I think it's invaluable both from a coach standpoint and from an administrative standpoint.
Welcome back here to Morgantown, West Virginia, where it is indeed cold and wet, as we want to thank our sponsors one more time, as this part of the match is brought to you by United Bank. We are united with the Mountaineers. We thank United Bank, West Virginia's bank, and of course, this game is also brought to you by the good folks from WVU Healthcare. WVU Healthcare, proud to be the presenting sponsor of the NSCAA College Soccer Special right here on NSCAA TV. And of course, speaking of presenting sponsors, Continental Tire has been the presenting sponsor of the national rankings and all of the broadcasts right here on NSCAA TV. We thank Travis Roffler and all the good folks from Continental Tire. Halftime here at Dick DeLusk Soccer Stadium. The rain continues to come down. Dean Linke along with Allie Dosman. And Allie, take a look here at the first half stats here with West Virginia on top of Texas Tech by a score of 2-1. The shots, West Virginia actually with 9 over Texas Tech. They only had 4.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy that Texas Tech gave up 2 goals because last year they had 17 shutouts, and that was second in the nation. So this West Virginia offense has really been getting it done. 9 shots, 9 of those shots on goal.
Well, you mentioned the goals. Let's roll to the highlights here, Allie Dosman, to take a look at them. With the rain pouring down here in Morgantown, West Virginia, Texas Tech came out ready to absolute roar, and we finally know who scored the goal.
It was Paige Strahan who was able to stop that one and turn it. Here's another look. That was Hannah Devine getting the first touch, but Strahan able to put it away in the back of the net to the right.
So we apologize to Paige Strahan, as that was the goal scorer, but West Virginia did not back down a goal.
No, they didn't hear. That was Badillion who was able to get the kick off, but that wasn't quite enough until Buchanan really thundered it in there, kept it going, and West Virginia was able to follow up and put that one in the back of the net.
That was Ashley Lawrence with the game winner. This was actually the first goal from Badillion, and rocket shot.
Rocket shot under no pressure. You could see at the very end Texas Tech started to come up on her, but Badillion had already long gone, taken that shot and hit the back of the net.
And that's where we stand right now, with West Virginia on top by a score of 2-1. As West Virginia Coming out now, Nikki Izzo Brown. Didn't really want to walk across the Texas Tech lineup there to do the quick interview with Billy Hartman. You can tell right now there's a lot of respect, but these two teams don't exactly love each other. It's not like they'll be having tea and coffee after this game with some cookies, Allie.
Yeah, there might be a handshake, but definitely no tea and coffee for these two.
As Tom Stone and Texas Tech taking their time coming out of the locker room. I don't blame them. The conditions are not great. Warming up right in front of us here for West Virginia is Hannah Stedman, the goalkeeper. She was tested early on that goal from Paige Strahan. Strahan actually with her 3rd goal of the season. Devine with the assist, her first assist on the season. She now has 11 points. But as we take a look at the Mountaineer Nation, Janine Becky, we talked about the combination Becky versus Buchanan. Buchanan's actually delivered, kind of an assist, didn't get credit for what would be the game winner, but we haven't said Janine Becky's name a whole lot.
That's true. They haven't been really able to get the ball from the outsides back into the middle. They've just been kind of getting stuck there on the outside. And we've heard Buchanan's name mostly just on offense, which is pretty impressive as a center back.
Nikki Izzo Brown. She is such a delightful lady. You can tell right now, not super pleased that Texas Tech has not made their way out onto the field just yet, but there's still 3 minutes on the scoreboard, so not too surprised by that. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with Tom Stone and the head coach of Texas Tech to get his thoughts on the second half. Halftime here at Dick Dalesk Soccer Stadium, Morgantown, West Virginia. And it is West Virginia 2, Texas Tech 1, right here on NSCAA TV.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. No matter where you are in your coaching path, we have something for you. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Texas Tech, they got the goal early right there from Paige Strahan, able to get it by Stedman, but then West Virginia would answer with 2 more as now Tom Stone starting to make his way through the rain and over to steal. A great shot to get started for Texas Tech, and Tom Stone really pushing after the great goal from Paige Strahan, the assist to Hannah Devine. Do want to point out that even in the stat sheet it says Devine with the goal, but we see it very clearly there. Paige Strahan with the goal. Now Kelsey Steele standing by with Tom Stone. Go ahead, Kelsey.
You know, Coach, Janine Becky, she's really quiet in the first half. What do you need to do to get her more involved going into the second half?
That's exactly what we talked about at the half. I don't think we connected with her nearly enough. It's like she wanted it over the top and we were playing to feet, and when we thought there was a ton of room behind them, you know, we're playing underneath and she's running underneath and we want to play it over, I should say. So we really did not connect with her very well, and they're not really chasing her, giving her any super special attention. She's got to get more touches for sure. But we've got to be able to come out of the back and get it to midfielders that can turn and play with Janine. So we talked about all that at halftime, and that flurry of 3 goals was just fast and furious, and we got to chase the game a little bit now to get back into it.
Okay, great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Dean, back to you guys.
All right, Kelsey, I do appreciate it. Tom Stone, gracious with his time, as now West Virginia in their yellow jerseys, making their way out to get set here as we get ready to bring you the second half here on NSCAA TV. get ready here for the second half. That'll be the key, whether Texas Tech can find Becky or not.
That's exactly right. And it was also pretty quiet from Allie Murphy, who, you know, I said at the beginning of the game, leads the team with 10 assists. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and open up that combination.
Texas Tech in all black, West Virginia in all yellow. I want to thank Shannon McNamara from West Virginia, their fine SID, as well as Matt Dowdy getting it done for Texas Tech. Two talented teams and a lot of information coming your way from those two fine people. Play down the left side. Throw in for Texas Tech. 1 minute in. Texas Tech started the game with a flurry with that first goal. West Virginia able to answer with 2, and Texas Tech comes out here in the second half as you would expect a Tom Stone team to do, and they've had quite a bit of the play so far. And a handball called, so good opportunity for Texas Tech.
Right outside that goal box, definitely in shooting range.
Well said, Allie, indeed in shooting range, and we'll see if Texas Tech can equalize. Goes through the wall, and a great save. Getting down and low is Hannah Stedman for West Virginia.
That was Hannah Devine, I believe, with the shot, and Hannah Stedman with the save. She got it past that wall, but not able to find the back of the net.
Strahan with the goal for the Raiders is indeed the senior leader. She had 2 goals coming into the season as the Red Raiders looking actually for their 3rd road win over a ranked opponent this year. They beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame by a score of 2-1, and then beat Cal on the Pac-12 network by a score of 1-0 in double overtime. 2 double overtime victories, one over Portland State and then one over Cal. Janine Becky, though, with her 9 goals, we just have not seen enough of her in those bright yellow shoes up top, almost greenish. The Mountaineers will switch it. They to the right side. Of course, the athletic director here for West Virginia is Oliver Luck, the father of Andrew Luck, the fine quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. And Oliver Luck is a key player in a lot of the talks. Hang on a second, as West Virginia far post, back across, a little bit too long, it'll be a goal kick. They're talking about the men's college soccer season going to 2 seasons. Rob Kehoe, the director of college services for the NSCAA, has done an amazing job working with all the parties involved, athletic directors, even U.S. Soccer in those talks. I feel like it would be much better, particularly for injuries, but also to spread out the academic time as well. Sometimes these teams got to play 2 games in the same week, and we'll continue to follow that process. But make no mistake, Oliver Luck, who also worked with the Houston Dynamo, big soccer fan and loves Mountaineers soccer. Usually you can see him out here. Not sure if he's out here in the wet, rain, cold here tonight, though, Allie.
And speaking of those famous connections, you know, I looked into it, and Nikki Izzo Brown is not one of Tom Izzo's siblings. I double-checked. I thought some great coaches, there might be some relation, but none there.
Tom Izzo, the great basketball coach at Michigan State. Both of these fine coaches with 3 talented children. Nikki Izzo Brown with 3 daughters that help her actually break down the film as well. Big-time soccer players. Mountaineers on the turn. Utley, very good in the first half, picking right up where she left off. Here's Lawrence. She has what would be the game winner if it ended right now. 2-1 West Virginia. Lawrence keeping it alive. Push, though, and handled by Texas Tech's Lauren Watson. Watson in goal for Texas Tech. Stedman in goal for West Virginia. And a foul will stop the clock here in the rain. And there's the first real good look at Becky. West Virginia steps up. Texas Tech will win it back. Here's Hinkle. Hinkle, along with Becky, part of the preseason Mac Herman watch list. That's how good Hinkle is. Paige Strahan, she has the goal for Texas Tech. Played back, a little heavy touch from Megan McCullough. McCullough was one of the several players we gave credit for that first goal before we finally got a good look at Strahan putting it in the back of the net. Here comes Texas Tech. Tom Stone asking everybody to join in with Heap. Heap will drop it, middle of the park. Comes all the way back there to Connerty. And now Hinkle. One of the better backs you'll see as well in the Big 12.
You can tell that Tom Stone really had a talk with his team at halftime. They've already had a lot more energy and momentum in this first 10 minutes than they did in the last 10 minutes of that first half.
Come out. Texas Tech. Here we go. Let's see what Becky can do. Becky's got some space. And it was the first time she was really able to take a shot. She took one from, boy, almost 40.
You really can't miss her out there with those yellow shoes on. Everyone else is in black and white shoes, and there's Becky with her bright neon green.
Right side. Mountaineers are in. Pierre-Louise. Pierre-Louise will take the shot. Wide open there was Utley. She wanted the ball. Probably should have got it. Utley was wide open calling for it, Allie Dostman.
Yeah, she was, but Pierre-Louise, once she had that momentum going, she just had her eyes set on the goal.
Well said. She was not giving it up is a better way to say it. Here's Crowder. Crowder, one of those great players that have really played a huge role here. Crowder, the senior from Cary, North Carolina. A West Virginia team that doesn't have a ton of seniors. We, of course, talked in the first half to Francis Silva, the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year from a year ago. Foul on Texas Tech. It'll come back to West Virginia.
I don't know if it's the rain or a little bit of a rivalry brewing, but this game does seem like it's getting a little bit more physical in the second half.
Boy, and you see it right there, coming in hard from behind. And that'll be a red card. And Tom Stone begging for the red card as the studs came in. And Amanda Pierre-Louise is sent off. And Nikki Izzo Brown not happy about that red card. And we'll see how that changes the dynamic of this one. This will open it wide open here. The rain continues to just crash down here in Morgantown.
Yeah, and the ref really didn't hesitate on handing out that red card. He was pretty decided that that was the way that it was going to go. And that's Jaylene Hinkle down there on the field, getting looked at by the trainer.
Take a look here at the foul.
So that's Hinkle and Pierre Louis. Hinkle's running up with the ball, and from behind it looks like Pierre Louis comes in with the studs, maybe going for the ball, but pretty much just got all player, and that's going to end up with a red card.
Straight red. Straight red. And as you take a look at it, Nikki Izzo Brown actually asking that they give a warning, but when it comes from behind like that, studs straight up. And referee getting some clarification as the injured player tackled from behind there was Hinkle. All right, let's go down to the sideline. A lot of stuff going on. Let's go down to Kelsey Steele. Kelsey. It's wet down there. We'll try Kelsey again a little bit here as well, as certainly Kelsey dealing with the conditions here in the rain. We'll try her again a little later. Squared here for Texas Tech. Let's see now. Up a man, what they can do. Becky trying to get to it. Corner kick here for Texas Tech. Everything going Texas Tech's way now.
And that was that extra effort that we were talking about that we would see out of Janine in this second half, like we saw from Buchanan in the first.
So Texas Tech also making a substitution. They have a man advantage as Crabtree will come on, number 23. So Pierre Louis sent to the showers here with the red. Texas Tech crossing it. They have the man advantage, top of the 18. Foul on Texas Tech, and it'll come back to West Virginia. And now you're starting to hear Nikki Izzo Brown match the intensity of Tom Stone, the head coach for Texas Tech. These two coaches, phenomenal coaches, big-time personalities, and make no mistake, they have the back of their players.
Yeah, that's definitely true. They seem like they could be a little bit more entertainment than we are right now. They're getting pretty crazy on the sidelines.
The Red Raiders with the man advantage and plenty of time, 34 minutes left in this one, so we've got a long ways to go. Texas Tech, the only team to beat West Virginia in the regular season a year ago.
And that red card wasn't just to any player, to Pierre Louis, who was really one of the people whose names we said the most in the first half. It seemed like she always had that ball.
She was part of that Canadian U20 team, along with Buchanan, and also with Texas Tech's Janine Becky. And the Raiders will try to bomb one into the 18. There's Buchanan. She'll snap it out of there, along with the goal scorer, number 9, Ashley Lawrence. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in back. Left side, Hinkle with the cross and the pressure. Handled by Stedman.
That was a pretty good cross in, but able to get picked up by the goalie. The Red Raiders are definitely happy that Hinkle was able to get back up and stay in this game.
Mountaineers will have to withstand a lot of pressure, I would think, down a man here from the Red Raiders, Allie.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Hopefully they still are able to keep some of their offense going. They've been pretty much on the defense since then because Texas Tech has dominated possession.
Flag is up, and Becky is offside. She thought she had the goal right there, but she was offside. High pressure. Stedman will boot it long. And a foul on Texas Tech. This will give West Virginia an opportunity to at least try to keep possession, kill a little bit of the clock. Long ways to go, down a man, in the rain, in the cold, and still have over 30 minutes left here in this one.
Is not a fun spot to be in when you're down a man like this and you have such an uphill battle for the final 30 minutes. Luckily, they have that goal of pad. We'll see if it's enough.
Buchanan. All the way back to Stedman. Stedman, top of the 18. West Virginia, great ball, huge ball, could be 3-1, and it is! Down a man, the Mountaineers have taken a 3-1 lead. Can you believe it? Carey Price with the goal.
And that ball was a perfect pass. Price was wide open, and she just had to pass it into the back of the net.
West Virginia with Pierre Louis in the locker room with the red card, down a man, a ball played perfectly into space.
And Price just catches it on her right foot and passes it into the corner of the net. That was a perfect pass and just the perfect way to receive it and put it in. Price is a junior. She was voted the team's most improved player last year, and you could clearly tell it on that goal. She was just comfortable.
First goal of the 2014 season to go with 2 assists. And I almost can't even believe what I'm seeing right there, because you felt like West Virginia was going to need to bunker. But remember now, Texas Tech got called for the foul, and West Virginia able to capitalize and then played into space. A brilliant goal.
I'll be really interested to see where the momentum goes from here, because Texas Tech had so much momentum after the red card, but this goal could be a big switch.
Another foul, and you can hear every time there's a foul, Nikki Izzo Brown asking if it's a red card.
I'm sure that sideline ref that's been right there the whole time is getting an earful.
The fourth official indeed has been busy. Nikki Izzo Brown talking a little bit to Kelsey Maloney. We'll see what kind of adjustment. Now up 2 goals here, West Virginia. Look at Price stay with it. West Virginia really fighting here. Boy, hard to tell right now which team is playing down a man, Allie.
Yeah, and it's interesting that she's looking into putting Maloney because Maloney's a forward who already has 3 goals this season, so it looks like West Virginia is not trying to let up. They're not trying to stack in that defense.
Great call. Allie Dostman also here with Kelsey Steele and Billy Hartman braving the elements as it is rainy and cold here in Morgantown. Time now to tell you about the NSCAA convention coming up January 14th through 18th in Philadelphia, the world's largest soccer show. You can register now by going to nscaa.com/convention. The MLS draft takes place there, the NWSL draft, the best clinicians in the world. Sign up now and be a part of the 2015 NSCAA convention back again in Philadelphia. Nikki Izzo-Brown could do a session on how to score down a man against your rival. And I know I would go, Allie.
I don't know if Tom Stone would go.
Number 7, Kelsey Malone, for number 16, Taylor Ellis.
It'll be a throw-in.
And that was Kaylee Utley who came out.
Gonna need to put the 5-second delay on this one here as we still got a long way to go. West Virginia up by a score of 3-1. Let's go back down to Kelsey Steele, who is standing by on the sideline. Kelsey.
You know, Dean, I'm down here, and you can't help but hear how well this West Virginia team communicates. You know, they're on their, telling each other they're on their backs. They're here. They're ready for you. Man down. It's amazing how much a communication does. And with the rain still coming, those touches are so imperative. And just with that goal that we just saw, I mean, it shows how important those touches are. Keep an eye on those the rest of the game, but man, can these girls communicate.
Boy, Kelsey, great stuff on the field. I know it's not the perfect conditions out there, but what a great perspective she gives us right there, Allie.
Yeah, definitely. We can pretty much only hear the coaches from up here, not as much the players. But I imagine communication is key. You can't really even see where the gaps are on this West Virginia team, even without a player.
The Mountaineers will win it back, as Allie Dostman just pointed out. That's probably that communication that Kelsey Steele was talking about. They lose it this time, but they recover. And the Mountaineers now get a whistle, and they get a thank you as well from the coaching staff. Red Raiders, as we said, have already beaten 2 ranked teams on the road, but they find themselves down here by 2. Talked quite a bit about both coaches. Nikki Izzo-Brown, the only coach at West Virginia. Tom Stone now in his 8th season and already the winningest soccer coach in Texas Tech history and the only coach in school history to lead the Red Raiders to the NCAA tournament. Actually led the Red Raiders to their highest Big 12 finish in school history a year ago, 2nd place. As you said, without a loss. A couple All-Americans he's coached, and they're on the field today. Janine Becky and Jaylene Hinkle back across over the crossbar. If you're just tuning in, the goal scorers, Texas Tech, Paige Strahan, number 24, with the first goal early on in the first half for Texas Tech. But West Virginia comes right back. An unbelievable bomb from number 31, Maggie Badillion. And then great effort by the Canadian superstar, Kadisha Buchanan. Pushed it over to Ashley Lawrence. She slid it in. And that's where we stand, 2-1 before the 3rd goal from number 6, Carrie Price, down a man, as we had the red card as well. We've seen everything here, including some crazy weather.
And West Virginia's really scored all type of goals. They've had a goal from the outside. They've had a goal where they really had to fight for it in the middle, and then just a mechanical goal, this 3rd one right from the right side.
Coming out of the game now for Texas Tech, number 14, Megan McCullough. As Texas Tech will see, boy, Allie, you really did a nice job pointing out the fact that even that, despite the fact they're down a man, the positioning here of Nikki Izzo-Brown's team looks very solid.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they practice some 10v11, if they're ready for some of these red cards, because they've really managed it pretty well.
Indeed, 3-1. West Virginia, they have scored even down a man, including the goal from Price, who mishit that one. Will be a throw-in. Hinkle with the long throw-in. She finds Becky. Becky trying to find any kind of space. Should be a little more with the man advantage. Buchanan comes over, a little bit of shove, and it'll be a goal kick for West Virginia.
You know, Dean, what I think is particularly interesting about the fact that Becky hasn't been able to get anything done is it hasn't really been because of Buchanan. You know, she's kind of right there next door right now, but that hasn't really been the person who's been shutting her down.
Yeah, you're right. We thought it was going to be the Buchanan-Becky matchup, and indeed that has not been the case. The two Canadians have not gone toe-to-toe. Becky's actually also American. In fact, there is speculation that she could still go back to the full national team, as she's not represented the full side yet for either Canada or the U.S. So Becky, though, playing quite a bit, scoring a ton of goals for Canada. And, of course, Buchanan, not just a star on the U20 side, but a starter for the full national side. She's only a sophomore. The Red Raiders, plenty of time, under 21 minutes left. And look at West Virginia.
And Kate Schwindel's moving a little slow up on the top. She was down on the ground for a minute. We'll see how she does jogging up on this run. Here she is getting the ball.
Schwindel.
I apologize.
Texas Tech looking to find Becky. Can they do it? Becky on the turn. Becky will switch it left side. Here's Hinkle. Hinkle. Look at West Virginia trying to stand up Hinkle. Hinkle back across again. It'll fall to Becky. Becky with a shot! And almost put it in. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Texas Tech.
It's pretty interesting to watch the style of these two teams, Dean. You see Texas Tech at this point, they're taking a lot of people on 1v1 and then trying to get the balls across, where I feel like most of WVU's plays has been 1-2 touches really looking for each other.
Corner kick. Red Raiders. Handled first time by West Virginia. Texas Tech will have another opportunity. Badillion, who scored the first goal from West Virginia, an unbelievable goal. Played up top here. See what the Mountaineers can do on the counter. Amanda Hill, number 27, the junior, down near the end line. So Texas Tech had the corner kick. Looked like they were going to try to pull one back, and look at West Virginia. They'll head down into the corner flag. And it'll be a corner for the Mountaineers just like that, as Nikki Izzo Brown will go to her bench again. Michelle Abam will come in, number 5. Schwindel continues to limp. Great eyes, by the way. Allie Dostman, she's just not healthy out there today, Schwindel. That's too bad, because she is an unbelievable talent. 3 goals and 1 assist on the season. Only played in 8 games, trying to get healthy. And oh no, are you kidding me? A rocket from Ubam, and bam go the Mountaineers. Bam, we have seen 2 rocket shots.
I can't believe it. That was exactly like Badillion's goal, but on the other side, and she just was able to rock it in. I can't believe Texas Tech didn't get that pressure on just a second quicker.
What a big smile from Bam, and she saw a spot. Look at that, it just kept sailing.
Yeah, and that was a left-footed goal too, and that shot couldn't have been closer to the upper 90.
Whew. We have seen 2 goals from West Virginia down a man here, and the Mountaineers continue to fight. A bam. It's almost like the red card inspired West Virginia more than Texas Tech.
Right, they weren't ready to let this game go. They heard some of the adversity, some of the energy pick up from Texas Tech, and that just drove them to work harder.
The Red Raiders now find themselves down 3 goals here in the rain and down a man. Another foul. It is getting hot and heavy here, exciting as well. Let's go down to our host, Billy Hartman, braving the elements.
Here braving those elements is that we get to feel that experience on the on the field. It's intense. The players are chirping back and forth at each other. The coaches, they're chirping back and forth at each other. It is just intense. This is Big 12 soccer, Dean. This is it. This is what it's all about.
Well, Billy, as you say that, you talk about the chirping. Somebody on the bench got a yellow card as well for Texas Tech. So the bench now with the yellow. We've seen the red. Great stuff, by the way, Billy Hartman and Kelsey Steele on the sideline. Allie Dosman up here in the booth as well. They'll be with us on Sunday as well for Ohio and Miami of Ohio. How much fun will that be in Athens?
That's going to be so much fun. Battle in the Bricks is what they call it, that Miami-OU rivalry, Ohio rivalry, and it's going to be a great one.
Aaron Rodgers, the head coach of Ohio. They're actually playing tonight, and so is Miami, and of course they'll meet Sunday. It's homecoming weekend in Athens, Ohio. Bowling Green football team will take on the Bobcats tomorrow.
We'll see if that yellow card to the bench comes off as a message to this Texas Tech team. You know, they're up a goal, so you got to think that if they just kind of relax, or they're up a player, I'm sorry. So you got to think if they're just able to relax a little bit more, that they'll be able to find the back of the net.
Murphy trying to run it down. You still see Tom Stone clapping his hands, trying to encourage the Red Raiders. I'm not quite sure what they've seen. You mentioned the Battle of the Bricks on Sunday. Texas Tech has hit a brick wall known as the Mountaineers here today.
Surprisingly, that brick wall has been offensive pressure. You'd think that after up a goal, down a player, they would have really locked it in, but you can see even here, they're not ready to let go yet.
West Virginia could get 5 and a save. Parried over the crossbar as a brilliant shot by Maloney. We wondered what Maloney was going to do. You called it, Allie, and said Nikki Izzo Brown was continuing to bring the offense, and Maloney with the shot. A great save, though. Give Lauren Watson credit for parrying that away.
And Nikki Izzo Brown had told us when we talked to her earlier this week that Kelsey Maloney is really good at taking on people 1v1, and that was the perfect time to take the shot. She couldn't have waited one more second.
So 16 minutes left. Texas Tech came in here on that chartered flight, and they'll be looking forward to getting out of here, I do believe. Near post. Bouncing around. Goals from Strahan in the 4th minute, assist Devine, then Badillion unassisted in the 8th, Lawrence in the 21st. It was 2-1 at the end of the first half. Then, at that same score, 2-1, West Virginia with the red card as Pierre Louise, the redshirt freshman from Montreal, French-Canadian, comes hard in on Hinkle. She gets sent off. What does West Virginia do? They come back with 2 more goals to make it 4-1, including the last goal. First one from Price and then Maloney. Wow.
And it seems with that sub right there, that was Hannah Devine coming in for Texas Tech. And Tom Stone had told us also earlier this week that she's the toughest player on this team, so he's ready for the physicality in the rest of this matchup.
The Red Raiders with a shot and parried over the crossbar by Stedman right at the top of the 18. That one goes in, and it definitely changes the flow, but nonetheless, corner kick Texas Tech.
WVU has been sharp on the defense on this corner kick, so you can see they put everyone in there in the box.
Boy, and that is frustrating. Tom Stone, after that corner kick, you could see Tom Stone even say, no way. He's got everybody warming up.
You have to hate when corner kicks go out of bounds like that. They have 120 yards to choose from, and choosing the out of bounds isn't great.
Tom is not going to have a voice after this one. Four goals for West Virginia. And just one for Texas Tech. Another Howard foul coming in, and a yellow card issued to Texas Tech. And Nikki Izzo Brown does not like it, thinking maybe it should be a straight red. Let's take a look. All the way across the field, but we'll take a look at it here as the assistant referee also coming over to give him some instruction. Let's take a look at that last foul, Allie Dostman.
So he's thrown into Paige Strahan, who was behind the West Virginia player, and she was still fighting for that ball. Looks like there were some hands involved. Doesn't look like it was red card material, but it got pretty physical in there.
Yeah, indeed a yellow. A little bit of worldwide wrestling here in Morgantown, West Virginia. 4-1. Tom calling for an offside. I think they gave Tom Stone the yellow. We'll get clarification on that, but Strahan will drop it here. Another failed opportunity by Texas Tech, as it's been all West Virginia here in Morgantown. West Virginia trying to get a sub. And they do, the horn not even working down there, as Utley will come back in. Utley had really looked good in the first half, and the goal scorer, the last one, Maloney, will come over and got to be feeling pretty good.
Definitely, and you can tell West Virginia is pretty comfortable in this game right now because her team didn't even come over and really congratulate her. She just stepped off onto the side of the
I know, I was looking for everybody to come over and hug. Where's the love? Just scored an unbelievable goal. And
when you get 4 of them, I guess it's just all in a day's work.
And actually, just to clarify, she didn't score. Felt like she scored. It was the big save, though, on that great shot for Maloney. So maybe that's why they didn't congratulate her. That makes a little bit more sense. You score, you get a little bit more celebration on the sideline.
And granted, they do look a little cold down there, so.
Yeah, looking forward to after the game talking to Kelsey and Billy about how much they enjoyed being down on the sideline in this one.
Tech substitution, number 23,
10 minutes left here for Texas Tech as Coming to the bench now, Strahan. She has the goal for the Red Raiders. She also has the yellow card. And West Virginia continuing to play like they're the team with the man advantage.
And in came for Texas Tech was Maddie Crabtree. Last year she was all Big 12 newcomer team. I think they might have taken Strahan out after that yellow card, trying to make sure she doesn't get another one on there.
I think you're right, Allie. Definitely don't want to lose Strahan for the next game. Of course, West Virginia will not have the services of Amadine Pierre-Louis for the next game after that straight red. Here's Becky.
And there,
yeah, there's the battle right there. Buchanan able to win this one against Becky. Becky trying to stay with it, comes in hard. And Becky's work won it back for a second, but cleaned up there by number 10, Jess Crowder. Crowder so consistent. As you could just hear the pride in Nikki Izzo Brown's voice talking about Schwindel and Crowder, the seniors. Wet, damp, cold. None of it matters, though, to the home team here, including the Mountaineer Nation. Billy Hartman did a nice job pointing out the fact that they have stuck it out here in this weather, and they've been rewarded with 4 goals. See if the Raiders can get one back. They do have that man advantage. West Virginia tracking all the way back. The positioning here with 10 men, Allie Dostman has pointed it out. It's been solid for West Virginia.
And what's so interesting about this game, too, is that Texas Tech has had some trouble scoring, but their defense has been what's been pretty solid. So the fact of 4 goals from West Virginia, that's been pretty unheard of this season.
Especially 2 of them coming with a man advantage. Texas Tech played down near the end line. That's a pretty good ball. Back across. That ball's not, though, and it'll go behind the goal. And lots of frustration now for Texas Tech as this one starting to look like the end is coming very quickly here now for Texas Tech. 4-1 West Virginia here in Morgantown.
I'm sure Becky is not happy out there losing to some of her Canadian teammates. I'm sure she was looking to bring him a loss at home, and that just has not been the case.
Red Raiders down near the end line. It'll go out of bounds again. Youth clubs and players want to be noticed by the top college programs, and the NSCAA can help. Through its partnership with Elite Tournaments, the NSCAA College Showcase connects you with college coaches so you can show off your talents. Clubs, players, and college coaches can find more information at nscaa.com/events. Red Raiders, let's see what they have here in the final 6 minutes. You got to figure they're going to bring everything and the kitchen sink. Hinkle trying to spin around Price, who just came off the bench for Nikki Izzo Brown. Punched out of there by Stedman. It's still loose. Could be a goal. Looked like a handball. Back across, and the Red Raiders have scored. It's now 4-2. And it may have been Becky who came in there to finish it. Well, you could feel it coming, and crazier things have happened. Take a look at it again. Also in the mix, Hannah Devine. Hanging around in front of the 18. We are all the way across on the other side, so not with sports information. We'll try to confirm the goal scored. Yeah, of course it's Becky.
Yeah,
so Becky's been quiet.
Yeah, she was up till that moment, and Devine really helped fight for that goal like she did on that first one for the Red Raiders. And Devine's the one who looks like she finds the back of the net with her left foot to that left-hand corner.
So Becky from Devine. Becky now with her 10th goal of the season to go with the assist. So Janine Becky, we came in talking about that Becky versus Buchanan matchup, and really only seemed like just that one time to really see those two get tangled up. And now with 5 minutes to go, if Texas Tech could squeeze one in here in the next 90 seconds, who knows what could happen in the final 3. Could hear Tom Stone asking Lauren Watson to let Bridget Jenkins come get it. And you could see right there, number 27, Amanda Hill. Clock should be stopped. Only 40 seconds left here, though. No, 4 minutes left, rather.
This is a dangerous spot for a free kick.
Take a look at the foul right there as Amanda Hill. Nothing doing. So 4 minutes left here in this one, 4-2. West Virginia on top of the Red Raiders. West Virginia comes in with an 8-2-2 record. They're 1-0-1 in conference play, a tie against Texas Tech. Their losses to Penn State, at Penn State, and to Duke. Kadisha Buchanan, they call her Quiche, on the shield. Now the clock's got to be West Virginia's friend here.
Yeah, smart of Buchanan, just let that go with a little bit of a shield, helps run down the clock, and that's pretty much what they're battling right now.
Texas Tech came into this game with 24 goals, only 9 against, as they give up 4, almost half as many as they've given up the entire season just in this one game.
And that West Virginia communication really has been key. You can see they're still not letting down on offense either.
They head to the corner, try to kill the clock. Price to go out of bounds off of Texas Tech to West Virginia. West Virginia will not be in any kind of hurry to come take this throw in. Once again, they go to the corner. Common tactic. This time it does look like it goes off of West Virginia. It does. Throw in Texas Tech. Let's see what they can do. They play it back to go forward. Makes sense. Gets caught up here in the wind and rain. Look at West Virginia winning that second ball. Impressive display from the Mountaineers. They did not back down after Strahan gave Texas Tech that 1-0 lead. Badillion with a swish, a big-time goal from distance. And West Virginia has been rolling ever since. They now lead at 4-2. Stay with us at the end of the game as Kelsey Steele and Billy Hartman will be talking to a couple of the heroes of the game. At least that's the plan right here on NSCAA TV.
At this point, it doesn't really look like West Virginia is trying as much to keep possession as just run the clock.
Final 60 seconds. Allie, it's not every day that you make your debut on a national broadcast and see 6 goals and a red card and the conditions. Tell me you had a good time.
I had a great time. Definitely couldn't have asked for a more exciting game. Those goals right off the bat and then a red card. Looks a little scripted for a perfect game for me.
Well, you did a great job. Look forward to having you back in the booth on Sunday from Miami and Ohio. And boy, what a great job our host did, Billy Hartman, Kelsey Steele. Phenomenal insight on the sideline, including that communication. We're going to keep them working as well. Throw in here for West Virginia. As we count it down, final 11 seconds. And it's been all West Virginia, even down a man. Becky could try to get one more. There's the matchup, Buchanan and Becky, just for good measure. Buchanan comes in hard. And your final score here, West Virginia 4, Texas Tech 2.
On behalf of the
West Virginia just looked like they were playing more like a team out there tonight. You would think that after the red card there might be some miscommunication, some tension going on, but they really kept a level head throughout the entire game. And there are those fans who really stuck it out for us throughout the whole game, throughout the whole rain, but they stuck it out for an exciting one.
Kadisha Buchanan, number 88, the Canadian superstar. It was her effort, particularly on that second goal, able to push it over to Ashley Lawrence to give West Virginia a 2-1 lead. And the music now playing here. Take me home, West Virginia on top, 4-2, Allie. A lot of fun.
Texas Tech probably isn't too mad to go home either. They probably have some better weather down there, down south. They definitely have to be excited to get out of here and start forgetting this game.
The first goal came from number 31, Maggie Badillion, an unbelievable goal, and Billy Hartman is standing by with Miss Badillion.
Well, first of all, great game tonight. Congratulations on the win. How big is this win for the Mountaineer program?
Oh, it's so big. It's great to come back this season and finally get back at Texas Tech because they beat us last year. So we came out with a lot of intensity and we're ready to play them and fight to the end, and that's what we did.
Well, congratulations again.
Thanks.
Dean?
All right, Maggie Badillion with a big-time goal to tie it at 1. And she's not the only superstar here, as Kelsey Steele is standing by with the Canadian superstar, Kadisha Buchanan.
A great game tonight. How does it feel to, host a team in a game as big as the Texas Tech and get a win out of it?
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I'm so proud of my team. Like we had a bye week last week, so this week we really focus on what Texas might do and what we can do against Texas, and I think we came out very well. We did all the stuff we've been doing at practice, so congrats on the goals, and we got a couple bangers, which is really key for us for our success.
How did it feel playing against your old teammate in Becky?
It felt good, right? It felt good. She gave me a couple talks, but it's all right. It's just a game, I know we're friends, but once it's game time, we're much enemies as we're much friends. So it was very, very good seeing her, and she did very well tonight. She got the goal, which I was pretty sassy about. I didn't want her to score, It's like that. My mentality, but congrats to her on her goal. She did very well today.
All right, thanks so much, and good luck the rest of the season.
Oh, thank you.
Dean, back to you guys.
All right, great job, Kelsey. Kadisha Buchanan, that is a big-time player.
Yeah, definitely. She's been really prolific as a defender and clearly on the offensive side of the ball, too. She's really important getting in there and getting physical.
I remind everybody one more time about the 2015 NSCA convention going on in Philadelphia, January 14 through 18. You can register now by going to nscaa.com/convention. A wet and cold night here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Dick DeLesk Soccer Stadium. It rained the entire time, including raining goals. Badillion coming back with the first goal for West Virginia. And let me tell you, folks, there would be more where that one came from. A bomb from distance coming from Michaela Abam with a bam, thank you, ma'am goal. And they weren't done there as Price able to knock one in as well. Both of those goals coming with a man advantage. For our host, Billy Hartman, on the sideline, Kelsey Steele. My talented broadcast partner is Allie Dostman. I'm Dean Linke, where your final score once again from Morgantown, West Virginia 4, Texas Tech 2. And you saw it all right here on NSCAA TV. Oh my gosh. Hey, good job, guys. Thank you. Good job. Kelsey, great job down there.
Thanks.
Billy, good job, buddy.
I think my hair took the brunt of it.
Your what?
So I think my hair took the brunt of it.
Your hand? Or your
My
hand?
hair.
Your hair.
I don't know how Aaron Andrews does it.
That's funny.
I have these.
Trust me, Aaron Andrews has got people down there, like, wherever she goes.
Like 5 umbrellas around. Constantly teasing the hair.
That's your, hey, you guys just did a live game right there, man. Tell me it was fun. Sorry about the weather.
Next time you make it out, right?
I know, that's brutal. Are the mics okay? They're going to be all right?
One of them's okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to see it done.
Jerry West. What made me say Jerry Lucas? It's so bizarre. Isn't Jerry Lucas the dude that did the telethon? Jerry West is the guy, right?
Yes, that was mine.
I got it.
Well, this was mine.
He's still got a home here, right? Jerry West? Doesn't he live around here somewhere? Or? He lives at the Greenbrier. Yeah, he lives at the Greenbrier, right? Yeah. I love the Greenbrier. I go there a lot. Love that place. So I can't believe I didn't get it right. He's got a steakhouse there. Nice place to live. Hi, boss. You good to go? I'll know